Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Haul O'Clock with, wow, 4 packages. 2 from bricklink.com and 2 from subscribers. Ooh. Well, that's quite a few to get through, so I'm going to get a move on. And if you want to be a lovely subscriber, like the ones who've sent in these packages, then you can do so by subscribing below. Also, if you want to send me a package for me to open on a future brick haul, then you can by sending it to my PO box address, which will be open at least till the end of December as it stands. So you can have your package featured on the channel, like Stefan from Germany, somewhere near Dresden, called Niederau, or like Tom from Charleroi, Pennsylvania in the United States. So these are the 2 I'm going to start with. So let's try and hack into these. Is that it? No. Pull that out. Oh, there we go. Bit of padding, a letter, and 2 bags. Let's read the letter. Oh, hello, Robin. It all started with a train. It did for me. In my case, it was the Duplo train I put around the tree last Christmas for our little daughter that got me back into Lego. Since a few weeks, I build my own city. For your printing press, I send you a service technician. That must be this guy. And that's the printing press that I did in my Daily Bugle building. And he's got a lovely spanner and mug there for his tea. Because these Ultra Agents villains might break it. That kind of print on the minifigure exists by my research since the early 80s, like myself, so it's perfect to represent me in Brick Nottingham. I also added some underwater plants, a shark, and one of the turtles I collected for my beach. There are also some odd pieces you might find useful. Keep going with your channel. I never miss an episode. Greetings to you and Mrs. Hood, Stefan. Oh, that's lovely. So, yeah, we can see the mechanic in there with cap, spanner, and mug. And then in this one, recycled packaging, good to see. We've got, kind of a sawtooth shark, so that's a bit different. That'll be really nice in my undersea area. Yeah, they're kind of a type of ray, really, aren't they? And then we've got kind of the mermaid bottom with a sort of ice cream cone. I think I've got that. A turtle, absolutely lovely little pieces. That came with one of the recent series minifigures. Yeah, I've been using those in my collection for undersea. It's a tentacle piece from the hidden side, but it will be good for a plant, I think. Lots of little plants and weeds and things for underneath. Some cupcake pieces for some coral, lovely. And a stripy tile, I always like those. And then this I haven't seen. I don't really know what that's from. It looks, is it old grey or new grey? I don't really know. So yeah, I'll have to look that one up myself. I don't recognise that. It looks like it's off one of the old UFO sets or something like that, but a very interesting dish for use somewhere for a later project. Thanks very much, Stefan. So let's hook out the one from Tom. I've probably done the pronunciation of your town wrong. I've sort of done it with a bit of a French accent. It's probably called Charles Roy or Charlie Roy or something in United States kind of accent. Here's a small letter. Dear Robin, I've been watching you endeavour for about a year now. My neighbour Zach joined in watching you about 6 months ago. We have made a wager on when you will finish the fairground. Well, that might be soon. It might not be though. So I've enclosed some green bases so that you can finish it sooner, wink wink. We love your building plans and concepts. Mrs. Hood does a great job helping with the letters. Also enclosed are some decal pieces to use throughout the city and a train base that I hope you need for the Flying Scotsman train. Sorry I'm late in getting this stuff to you. Donating to the city is awesome. Thanks for keeping us interested. Tom Jarvis and Zach from the USA. Great. Well, thanks very much, both of you. No, I've got none of these. These are these huge bricks. I'm trying to think how big that even is. I can probably use this to help. Yeah, it's 24 long and it looks like it's 12 wide. So yeah, that's really interesting. I don't know where I'll be able to use that, but it might be really useful for some structure on one of my raised areas. So there's a 28x6 train base. I do actually have enough for my Flying Knotsman because, well, I wasn't expecting this. It would have been useful. But then again, I'm sure I'll have another cargo carriage coming before long. Some bright green plates to help with that raised area. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yep, I get that. And here looks like the really interesting printed stuff and stickered stuff. So we've got some burger signage. I remember that from that set that came out recently with the fire engine, putting out the fire on the burger bar with the big sign. So that looks good if I do a burger concession somewhere. Oh, that's an old space one, except I think that's the newer piece. That's come off one of the ones from the Lego movie, I think. Oh, that's interesting. Sort of purple shield. Oh, two of those. More slopes. All different sort of printing on. Sort of skirt there. Some Minecraft stuff. Pizzas, maps. There's a nice sort of Where's the Jewel and the Mummy? I think that was from a Scooby-Doo set. And all sorts of stuff. Oh, that's interesting. Haven't seen that one before. That looks like a little jar of strawberries. I don't know if that's from a Friends set or something really much older, but that's really nice. I really like that. Pieces like that are just fantastic. Hot dogs, Jurassic World, an angry mouth from an angry kitty, bit of money, and a couple more weeds. So yeah, excellent. Thank you very much indeed for that. Both Tom and Zach. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to get on with my packages next. Right, I did just notice another couple of cool pieces, actually. There's a really nice sight chart there, which I think is off a Simpsons minifigure. That blind guy, can't remember his name. But this is really cool. I've got some of these already, but I absolutely adore them. They're from the Scooby-Doo sets where they make the stupid sort of Scooby-Doo sort of sandwiches. But basically, it's the sesame seed bun top, and I absolutely adore those. I've got a few of them. I've got a few of them coming actually in Brick Hall of the Future, I think. But yeah, I absolutely love those because they just add so much detail to a really oversized snack for a Lego minifigure. Right, so on to the first of my packages. I'm doing two because they're relatively small. This one is from France, and that's because I had to go a bit further afield to get some really hard to find pieces for my carriages, which are going to be the last ones I need to finish my... Oh, it's all wrapped up in paper, saves on plastic. To finish my carriages for my Flying Knotsman train. So I'm hoping they're all in here and are all in good condition, because I think they were supposed to all be new, so they should be. And here is the contents. There we go. So you can largely see what I was going for, but I'll go through all the other stuff, because if you're trying to make the best use of postage, you should always try and find as many other things you need in the same store wherever possible. So I'll start off with a very well protected sticker sheet, which is here, and it is 60076, as you can see from the number plate there, which is the Demolition Site from 2015, which is a set that is getting crazy expensive secondhand. I managed to get one for a reasonable price a while back, and it had a few missing pieces and damaged stickers and so on, and that's why it was a lot cheaper, because I knew ultimately I would find one of these sticker sheets around to replace those damaged stickers, and therefore get one for a good price overall. So that will finish off my Demolition Site, which is currently on that sort of plot next to the station near the monorail terminal at the airport. There is going to be a sort of double base plate or 1.5 base plate big build there at some point, and that's why they're sort of demolishing what was there before, but I still haven't finished designing that because I've been focusing on all sorts of other things first. But I must get back to that. Yeah, but this whole sticker sheet was only 95p, so that is really good. So that was a definite good buy. Then some printed pieces. So we've got a lovely comic piece on a 2x3 tile, Detective Comics, which seems to be the number 27 from May 1930, I'm going to say 5, I think that looks like. It's very hard to read. And I'm assuming that's the first appearance of Batman. And this came with the DC series Batmite, who I have no idea about whatsoever. I assume it's some sort of spin-off that's more recent. But I didn't really buy any of those because it doesn't particularly interest me. But I did really like this comic that came with that character, so it's good to get one of those. And I think the same could be said for the latest Marvel Studios minifigure series. I don't really want any of those. I don't even recognize most of the characters, to be honest. There is a sort of little crocodile that comes with the character Sylvie, and the hair of the Monica character looks really good. So I might look out for those in the future, but I'm not going to be buying any of the blind bags. And then I've got some of these wonderful puddles of puke. Ugh, yuck. They're not originally supposed to be puddles of puke. They came in loads of elf sets, 12 to be exact, as bushes. So they're kind of, bits of greenery, really. Like in set 41180, Regana's Magic Shadow Castle from 2016. But I'm going to be using these all around my fairground for the worst rides. Especially like that top spin one, what have we called it, the turbo tumbler. That looks like it definitely needs a lot of vomit around the bottom. It definitely would have if I went on it. So that's that. Then we've got a bag of hinges, which I need for the doors of my train. And you may have noted in there that I just tipped out as well, one which I've thrown away again, a hairpiece. This is unique in this colour to the Series 8 downhill skier, which I got in a bulk minifigure lot for a cheaper price again. I'm always hunting for deals on eBay, and it was missing this hair. So I've got it now, so I've completed that minifigure as well, and it's a lot cheaper way of getting some of these older things that are very hard to find, is getting them kind of in 2 bits in 2 different places. So that is really nice to have as well. I can cross that off. And then there should be 10 of these, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and they're all new. Oh, and they all look lovely. So I'll just pull one of these out. Wow, yes, very shiny and good condition. I'm really happy about that because these are going to be parts of the roof of each of my carriages, which is why I need 10, one for each end, times 5 carriages. And they're very hard to get, so I've continued with my ridiculous use of very hard to find parts when designing things. It does at least make my sets very unique, very distinct from other people's, just because, well, they use hard to find parts. But it does mean that if you want to replicate these carriages when I do them, then you're going to have to get a move on, because there are only so many of these in the world. And that's because they came only with one set, 75221, the Imperial Landing Craft. I think there's been quite a few of those, but this is the 2018 version, where only 2 of these were in that set, one on the back of kind of each of those side pods that are part of that ship. So yeah, they're very difficult to find, and definitely very difficult to find somebody with 10 of them. So yeah, that's why I went to France, and all the rest was just, filler while I was there. But it worked out pretty cost effectively, so I'm happy with that. So I think that now is my carriages bought for. I've got bag after bag of parts now, all waiting to one side to be built. I haven't built them or anything. That's what we'll be doing together. You'll have to let me know if you want to do that very soon. I'll have a break from trains and do something a bit different for a while. I appreciate we've got, well, the fairground, as was mentioned by Tom, and we've got the Marvel building and all sorts of stuff half done at the moment. So I've just got too many projects in the air. Right, so on to the last package. Got a nice bit of padding there, and we've got lots of other good stuff. Most of this is new as well, so I'm going to tip this out. Some of it will be out of shot, but I'll try and make sure I get all of it in shot when I go through it. So again, we've got a sticker sheet. And this was, well, not important at all really, but it was there for very cheap. It was only sort of 20, 30p. And it's obviously from the recent set, 60305. Which was called Car Transporter, I think. And it's just got this nice auto haul sort of sticker on with this big arrow, and some smaller ones. But I thought that could almost be sort of an advert for a business coming up, and maybe I'll put it sort of as a facade type sign to suggest when a road sort of goes off into my wall that, auto haul is just coming up on your left sort of thing. That's what I was thinking. So for that price, I think that's a nice sticker to have anyway. Good colours. I kind of like that set, but I've got the really old Car Transporter that's a lot bigger that I still haven't introduced into my city. I'll have to dig that out. Right, I'm just going to push these to one side to give me a bit more room, and maybe I'll stack these up as well. Right. Here are 2 big pieces with other bits stuck on them. Now these are for the colour change of my chair ride. So you may remember when I did my fairground ride, that is the chairs, the spinning chairs, sort of all on chains. It came with sort of purple cone bits on the bottom and all sorts of bright Friends colours. And by the time I've changed absolutely everything on that ride, I think there won't be a single piece left from the original colour scheme. But nonetheless, I wanted to change it to a more sort of, less garish colour. So I've gone for white. There are very few colours of that available. I'm going to use those for some of the stripes on it. And I'm going to be changing all of the top of that ride. Currently, it's got all those video tiles on it. And I'm going to be adding lots and lots of sort of fairground lights instead. So that's what I'll be doing in due course. Right, so what else? We have got a wonderful glow-in-the-dark skeletal horse. And he's rather fabulous. Now, the set he comes from isn't that great, actually. It's 9462, The Mummy, which is a Monster Hunter set. And the horse is great, with flames coming out of his eyes. But otherwise, it's a pretty rubbish set, if you ask me. An absolutely tiny helicopter. Kind of a little chariot for the Mummy, I suppose, with a purple gem on it. But yeah, this is definitely the highlight of that set. And I do have some skeletal horses that Mrs. Hood got me near my castle, but they aren't the glow-in-the-dark ones. So let me get my torch here. Ah, yes, there's the proof of the pudding. It is glow-in-the-dark. If I use my UV torch on there, and look how much that's going to glow if I use that somewhere. That looks really great. So this was a bit opportunistic. I just bought it because, well, it's really interesting, and you can see that that's better than just a white one. And it was actually unique to that Mummy set. So yeah, really good. Might even hang on to some of its glow if it gets light for a bit longer. So that's really nice. What else we got? I got this guy just because I can use his parts all over. This is the Series 18 Birthday Party Boy. I just love that shirt. I just love the shorts, the little shoes. I love the head. I love the hair. It's just absolutely great. I've bought this several times just because sometimes you can get it for about £1.30 or something, and that is definitely worth it for all those parts that I can split up. Got a lot of glitter pieces. Oh, golly, they sent the balloon as well. I think it was a minifigure only, but the balloon that comes with him is been included as well. So that's even better. I've got a free balloon. Yeah, glitter pieces. I've got lots of these dishes in glitter trans purple, so you can see the glitter on those. And I'm thinking for my undersea, I was just going to have 2 levels of kind of coral and stuff like that, and then the bottom layer would be lit by UV lights and all be glow in the dark and stuff. But I'm kind of thinking I might have kind of change it a little bit and have kind of normal coral, then on the middle one have kind of wacky coral, like really alien stuff, and that's why I'd use all the glittery things. Really, really wacky sort of unbelievable stuff, just to mix it up a bit, and then have the glow in the dark stuff. So it'd be kind of dark and mysterious, absolutely sort of alien planet almost, and then the sort of more conventional, normal corals above that. So that's my current sort of thinking at the moment. Don't remember getting that. Oh, yes, I do. Yep, they're for a secret project that I shan't tell you about. This is a kind of dress piece, and it's actually from the Builder minifigure wall. There was one very similar to it in red in a set, and that's often how they do the Builder minifigure wall pieces. And that was 10245, Santa's Workshop, where it was Mrs. Claus's kind of pinny with some sweets in it and all the rest of it. That's from 2014. And sometimes for the Builder minifigure wall, they just use existing prints and so on, but on different colours, and this one's on dark green. So I don't really have a plan for this, other than that it was there and I didn't have one. So that was my plan. Get it. 4 wheel hubs that I needed. Some brushes from Friends in Flemish Yellow Orange. I'm going to use those as some sort of coral for filtering bits going by and so on. And then this piece is really easy, interesting rather. I hadn't seen it before. In fact, I thought it was a lot bigger from the picture. It's quite small, actually. This is from a character called Stargirl, and I have no idea about that whatsoever, from the DC series, where she has one of these kind of hooks on a stick as her accessory. Don't know why, don't know anything about that. But it's this lovely sort of glittery trans orange. So I'm going to use that in the same way that I said I'd use the purple ones with glitter on. And I've actually got 3 of those. And the fact that they were 30p I thought was quite good. But now that they're this small and they're 30p, I'm thinking it's less good. But anyway, it's a very interesting shape and a bit organic. And I thought that that would look quite good as a clump of 3 little, whatever they are, sort of on the sea bottom, sort of looking something like that, maybe at different levels. So anyway, got those. So they look very nice. So I think that's everything in that bag. Then an absolute load of these cylinder pieces in white. There's a couple of turntable pieces in grey that I think I need for Under the Sea to hold those Atlantis turnable rock pieces. But the rest is all these white cylinders that are 5 tall, 4x2x5, or is it 4x2x6? Can't think. Anyway, and I'm using those mainly for the column of the same chair ride, but as you can tell, there are far too many just for that in there, and that's because the rest are for another secret. So I shan't tell you what they're for, but they're going to be really good fun. Actually, I'm going to play with those straight after this haul, I think, because the second thing that I've got in my mind for those is quite interesting. Mysterious. And in fact, it's so mysterious I even need more, it would seem, because there's loads in this bag as well. So I'm going to tip this out. These are for it. These are for it. And as I say, those are for it. These red round plates were quite cheap, so I got more than I needed just to decorate the spinning chair ride, but that's what they're for. So yeah, lots of big white pieces this time, it seems. And then on to the final bag, which is a bit of a mixed bag, quite literally. And this has got some of these on I've run out of that I'm using for sort of rides. I used them on that Escape from the Ice Queen ride, so I'm just topping up with those. 4x4s in white. These are to hold all of the lights, which are going to replace all of the video tiles on the top of the chair ride. So I probably won't do that redo of the chair ride as a whole video on its own, because it won't be much progress, and we've got to progress with our fairground. But what I'll probably do is do them all off camera and then show you the result, just like I do smaller amendments, even though in this case they are quite significant. So loads of those, loads and loads of red things, and these are for a secret build as well. Not the same one as all of these cylinders, that's the second secret. Should I tell you that? No. So all these red pieces, and there's mainly slopes and a few plates and a few modified plates and so on. I don't think you'll guess, well, you definitely won't guess what they're for, but they're for a really good looking, I'm hoping, secret build that will go. No, I'm not going to tell you where it's going to go either. There are the tyres for those wheel hubs that we saw earlier. I've got a couple of stars. They're kind of Friends decorative stars, but I use them as starfish. And I don't think I had any, or many at least, in this sort of magenta colour. So just got a couple of those. And then, these are usually quite expensive. They're the sort of ice cream pieces, but these are in the Flemish yellow orange. And I can use these not as orange smoke, not as orange ice cream. Ugh. No, I'm going to use these Under the Sea. Yeah, so I just thought there'd be something bobbly. And if I put them all in a massive patch, it'll be a really different texture. And that would probably go on the first level of sort of conventional looking coral, I suppose, with the more wacky stuff on the second level down, and then the really glow-in-the-dark stuff on the third level down, like I said. So that is them. And a few dark blue pieces as well that are going to the same thing as the red one, but a different part of it. None of it makes sense. I know. I'm keeping these things secret. Just so you've got more to look forward to, really. So, wow, what a great haul. All in all, that is everything. We've got a lot of big white pieces to do my secret build. Number one, my redo of my chair ride. And most importantly, to finish off all of the roofs of my train carriages for the Flying Knotsman train. I've got lots of other things for secret projects, recolours, and some interesting new little pieces to play around with. And then I got some really generous donations, which I'm really happy to receive and can already see some really good uses for, especially these printed tiles. You know I love them. Undersea stuff, I'm never going to have enough. This jar of strawberries is probably my favourite, very small and insignificant as it is in some respects. I absolutely love it. And then I've got a new mechanic, some stickers to fix some things, and a wonderful burger top. Wow, it's been a great haul. where you can always tell it's an absolutely awesome haul when you're dying to get your hands on all sorts of the pieces that you've just received to put together what you've had planned. And this haul is definitely guilty of that. There's absolutely loads I want to get a start on. So absolutely fantastic all round there. And thanks again for the wonderful donations from Tom and Stefan. Very much appreciated. So as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And as I said at the top of the video, if you do want to send me anything, then do so to my PO Box address, and I will include it in a future haul. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, I think we'll be going to the fairground on Friday. We're under strict instructions to get that finished as soon as possible, but we won't compromise on quality. You'll have to decide what defines finished, actually. Is it just all the rides in place or all the people? Or, ooh, that might take forever. And then on Monday, we'll be doing another build. You'll have to let me know if you want to finish the bugle or get on with the carriages, for example, for the Flying Knotsman. And then next Wednesday haul, of course. So yeah, absolutely loads to get on with as usual. So until all of that, see you